Miss Keri, baby, looking gorge. You look amazing and refreshed.
Thank you. I feel that way.
Yes. How are you, first of all?
I'm awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Elated, excited, anxious, all of those things.
Me too. Me too. Because I have a lot of things I want to talk to you about, and I'm probably feeling all the same vibes as you are. First of all, let me just say, a lot of people, and I hear them say all the time, when is Keri going to get back to be an artist? And I think what people don't understand is an artist comes in different forms. An artist is not just a musician. An artist is also an actress. You know what I mean? It's so much more to it. So you are still in your artist mode, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I love all of the arts. Part of my dream to be a performer was to do that, just that in films and TV. And I was a theater major in college. I love the stage. I just love every art form. I'm even a visual artist. I paint. So I just love the arts, and here I am living my purpose, just in another form. Yeah.
Right. Like in this new movie you star in, you are definitely showing your true artistry and you are so amazing in the movie because you were acting your ass off. And I ain't gonna lie, I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if I could have did what she just done did, baby."
I know she just ruined a lot of things, but there is a redeeming factor, and I love this project for that reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, Tiffany's a mess, but and I appreciate that. I'm glad I'm improving. It's still new to me. It's still, because theater and TV and film are so different,
Yeah.
so vastly, greatly different. And I'm happy to be a student of this craft and to begin anew, I guess, a new journey.
Mm. We're talking about the new movie that's coming out, Lust, a Seven Deadly Sin story. You really, of course, I said you showed that you're an artist, and the movie is being released this Saturday on Lifetime at 8 p.m. But I got a little sneak peek inside, so I watched the full thing.
Hey,
And let me tell you, I had butterflies, like the good butterflies, the bad butterflies. I was closing my eyes half the time, like, oh my God, Keri, like, woo, or Tiffany, whoever you are in this moment, I cannot believe this is happening right now.
exactly. Same. I hope I have that. I'm sure I'll have that same reaction, because you film something, and 6 to 9 or even 12 months it comes out. So you literally leave it all on the floor, on camera, in your most vulnerable state, and you can't. It's not like music, where you can like listen on the way home. I
Right,
can't see my work until everyone else sees my work. So
right.
yeah, it's nerve-wracking, but I hope I have that same reaction. I'm sure I will.
You will. You'll probably close your eyes just like I was. I felt like it was me. I was like, oh God, don't do it. Oh my God, no.
That's funny. I did another interview with a young lady who said, I was glad she went. I was hoping she went through with it. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, because I was living vicariously through you, and take is fine.
Woo,
Yeah.
yeah. But Tobias, of course, plays your fiance on the movie is fine as well. So you had two fine men to
Yes.
choose from in that moment. And,
True.
lust just hit you hard. But I think, being in a situation that you were in with a man that maybe just really isn't fulfilling every single thing and pushing all of your buttons, but it's a man that you kind of only know of in that moment. That's what lust kind of draws in because you're curious,
The curiosity kills the cat, kills
baby.
relationships. It kills a lot of
Mhm.
things. You got to contain that curiosity, especially as it pertains to lust. It has the uh, propensity for damaging a lot of things: reputation, career, so much. Even your destiny. At times, you can really derail yourself in a lot of ways if you don't contain lust. And
Yeah,
yes,
no.
Tobias is not bad looking, but
Hmm.
it wasn't all his fault. It wasn't all his fault. I think one of the biggest takeaways from this film is just, you got to speak up and show people who you are. They're not going to learn and love you and accept you for who you are if you're not, if you, um, kind of play a role in relationships. So her biggest thing was wanting to be seen, and she did not reveal herself for that to occur. So it's not all that, he was this or was that, or that he was lacking this or lacking that. We wanted to be careful with the story to not make it like the void for Tiffany was just sexual. wasn't just that. She wanted to be seen, she wanted to be loved for who she truly is, and not have to play a role.
Yeah. I feel like everyone has experienced some type of lust in their life. For you, what is like that one moment when you was like, "Ooh, okay, Carrie, did you feel like lust was really tempting you? Do you have a moment like that? Because I know you do.
Yeah, I mean, many. No one is exempt from being tempted by any of the seven deadly sins. Okay, we
Right.
always have to constantly check ourselves. And though I've made out unscathed, but yeah, I've had moments. I've definitely had moments. For me, it was like just kind of staying a little too long, just because sex is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so far from all the things it takes to maintain a relationship. And I found myself in a place where I would sacrifice a lot of the other more important things for good sex. Come to find
Hmm.
out, great sex is a lot of places. Not saying
Yeah.
I've been a lot of places, but I'm saying like it wasn't the best of my life.
Right.
it just
Right.
it just turns out that way. So
I would just for that moment. Do you believe in love at first sight, or do you feel like it's more like lust?
No, I believe that love at first sight exists. I believe that's a thing. I think that connections are divine, and sometimes you can't deny why you have encountered someone. And maybe it's not meant to be like a forever love, but you could never deny if you have ever felt a true, genuine, divine connection. And especially
Mm,
if you get to talking to that person and you realize, oh my God, so God or the universe, whatever you believe, put us here. We have gone through all the experiences we've gone through to be right here in this moment to meet each
yeah.
other. And so I think that's very possible. I think love at first sight is not really about the sight, it's more about love at first feel.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like. It's definitely a feeling. It's definitely a vibe that you know. What I mean, that connection. Yeah.
Yes.
There is a lot of passion on the screen in this movie. How is the passion looking outside of the movie screen?
I'm passionate about acting. I'm passionate about
Look, Carrie.
my life. Yeah, I don't have a lot of romantic passion. I've got great friendships. I've got a beautiful tribe of girls and guys who I love, my family. I'm there's always going to be passion in my life. It just may not always be in the romantic form, and that's okay. That's still a beautiful life. And one day, sure, I hope to have a longer lasting stint of passionate romance.
Mhm.
But until then, I'm always going to be happy and love myself and be passionate about something or a lot of things.
Yeah, she's still loving up on everything, even though she's not getting that Tobias and Tank feeling right now. But you know
Yeah,
what? It's
exactly. And since you're calling them their real names, they're married men.
okay.
So
Okay, for the record, right?
for the
For the
record.
record,
But Damon and Trey is
right,
that's fair game. That's fair game.
right.
And yes,
Yes.
very handsome guys.
You know, it's so hard sometimes when you watch movies and you see like the characters playing out because you still think of them as themselves, like you know.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, like you
Yeah.
know,
My goal is to make sure that people, of course, as a movie begins, you're going to be like, oh, that's Keri Hilson. But by the end of the film, I want you to feel like I'm Tiffany Cooper. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And in every role that I play. And I don't know if I've been as successful as I will be with this film, to be quite honest. I've improved a lot with every project that I've done. But that's my goal. That's my goal. And I hope that people, I hope that's true, or it comes true, that intention, that motivation.
well, for the record, you know, like I told you earlier, I seen it, and I think you did great on the film. I think it was amazing, and like you were believable. Like, and I did feel you were Tiffany, but you know, just Carrie was up in there.
Yeah, Carrie's in there. I mean, I'm gonna look like her the rest of my life. But
Well,
there are isms about myself. But yeah, Tiffany, and there are similarities. You can find yourself in any character. Any character, you're gonna relate. If it's a well written, very human type of script. As long as that's the case, there's always some piece that I can find, where I can utilize myself. But there are other pieces where I would never do that. And I've got to find her motivation, and maybe live vicariously through my character and be committed all the way there. Like, yeah, okay, well, this is the decision we are making today. Keri and Tiffany, we're fully there.
Well, what are some similarities and some things you would never do that Tiffany has done?
Okay. Similarities. One, I like I said, I know what it's like to be in a relationship and be unseen.
Mm,
For someone to love someone so much and to understand that I don't think they really see me for who I am. Then there's the sacrifice that a lot of women tend to do. Tiffany is very sacrificial. She sacrificed herself for the vision, for her friend. All her friends are saying, "This is a good man," and they constantly say that. And just because someone is a good man on paper doesn't mean he's your good man. Doesn't mean he's the good man for you.
yeah.
And so I've been there. I've experienced that. Uh, and differences, yeah, like at this point in life, making certain mistakes, if and when I find mine, that would never happen. Not at
Mm,
this age. When you're younger, you might do stupid stuff.
right.
You might play with the fire. At this phase in life, I'm way wiser. I understand the ramifications of every single decision. And, you know, I there's no room for any more mistakes in life, okay,
Oh,
of
that's
any
right.
kind.
Yeah, definitely not. Let's bring it up in the music one time. Of course, a lot of people are wondering when is the music going to come? Are you in the studio working on anything right now?
I'm wrapping up some songs for a soundtrack for another film that releases
Oh,
next in theaters
okay.
a bit later this year. So yeah, releasing music is something that is slowly trying to creep back into my mind.
Yeah,
So isn't that interesting?
I love it.
The first time I've admitted that like out loud because I don't want to alarm anybody. Like, oh, she's coming.
Right.
I truly don't know when it'll fully hit me, but when I like to dedicate myself completely to. I know what it takes, to operate at the highest level, and it takes your full focus, uh, and so much out of you, so much effort, so much energy. So right now that's going into acting as long as that is making me happy. And when I see a little crack in there, I think maybe it would be a good time. It's starting to creep into my mind
Yeah.
again. Hmm.
When you decide to put your full energy back into music, what are some collaborations that maybe you feel like you might need to creep up in there too?
Silk Sonic, because I've
Oh,
always wanted to work. I've always said this in many interviews that I
mhm.
always have wanted to work with Bruno Mars. I think we would make something incredible.
Yeah.
Anderson Paak being thrown into that dream is a welcomed change. I think that would just really, catapult that dream. I love the music they're making. It's actually pretty close to the vibes of things that I have made in recent years and things that I
Mhm.
plan to release. So I think that'd be great. That collectively or even separately, I'd love to work with both of those guys.
I think that'd be so dope, yo. I'm
Yeah.
definitely ready for that.
Yeah.
You know, it's been some years since all of this Beyonce drama and stuff like that. If you had the opportunity to collaborate with Beyonce, would you maybe do something? Even if it's not on a record, like in a movie or whatever it may be.
Yeah, sure. You know, um, Absolutely. Uh, she actually has introduced herself. It was a gracious moment. I appreciated it. I feel like she understood what had happened, what had transpired, and there was a bit of healing in that moment when we met. And I think I take her as a very intuitive kind of soul, as am I. And yeah, I think that it would be a probably a very fun experience to do that if she were open. But yeah, I do feel like she understood what that was all about.
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think that'd be amazing. I think us as women, we need this in a time that we're in right now. Us as a culture, I think it'll be amazing.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. And she smashes every collaboration, everything. Every time she puts her pen to the pad or voice to the mic or feet on the stage,
Mm,
or energy into acting, like whatever she does, she excels. She's got great characteristics as it pertains to any aspect of her craft, her gifts. So yeah, she's amazing. I've
yeah.
always felt that way. That's the truth of the matter, but no one will believe that.
I believe it. I feel the energy. I'm a big energy reader, and I feel it. I feel like you're just so over like the talk about that you just want to get to a point where you're like, you know what? Like, let's just squash it. Let's do something together. Let's give the industry what they need and what they want, and just go about our day.
Yeah,
And
I
just
mean, yeah, whether it's working together or not, like we can, see each other. We can see each other. I mean,
right.
in that sense, you know what I mean? We can understand and nod and there's, have a mutual respect, if not a rapport or anything else. I think at the very minimum, there can be that camaraderie or, I think that's always possible. And that's where I'm at. A lot of things have been resolved within my heart. I've weeded out certain characters in my career where, we had different beliefs on how to go about things, different methods. And I made a decision that was not authentic to who I truly am. And of course, I regret it. Of course, you live and you learn. You're human. You make mistakes. You have the chance to be renewed and be redeemed and correct those mistakes. And I've done that. I've kind of distanced myself from certain parties. I don't put all the blame on them because I felt, though I may have felt forced to be inauthentic,
Yeah.
I didn't fight hard enough to be me. So you live and you learn.
Yeah. Well, now I think Keri is her authentic self. You've lived in your truth. You've gone past people pressuring you to do things. So let's get this Keri Beyonce collaboration on the way. Maybe we could revisit something with Kanye West. You guys had
I
a killer
love Kanye.
record.
Yeah, I'll always love him. I mean, I have spent enough time to with him to appreciate who he is.
Yeah.
I know that he's pretty misunderstood. He's very vocal, but he's also misunderstood, and I don't think he always means to portray or to put out the perception, that he does. He's misunderstood, but he also does have some strong beliefs, and I gotta respect that, even if I don't agree with him on everything.
Well,
Yeah.
either way, he's a
But
monster. Like,
creatively,
yes.
you
Yeah.
cannot deny that he was placed on this earth to do exactly what he did, musically, creatively. He's genius. I've seen
Yeah.
it. I've worked with him for weeks at a time. I've seen it with my own eyes and felt it with my own heart. He's
Yeah.
gifted. Yeah.
Let's get these collaborations on the floor. I know that you are a big Versus supporter. USS Beats went on live, I think, after the Kirk Franklin battle, right? It was one of the. It
I
was one
think
of
it
those
was. I
battles.
think it was. Yeah, with Swiss. I don't remember after which one. I think it was Fred
It's
Hammond.
one of the.
And,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. And
yeah.
he asked you when you're ready
Uh-huh.
to get on a stage with somebody and battle them out. When you can find somebody you can, do it with, let them know. Have you found this person yet?
No, I was never actively
Looking.
looking at all. I've read. I
Swiss,
was
please.
entertained. No, I was entertained by some of the suggestions.
Yeah.
Um, just entertained by it, just watching it
Mhm.
like a movie, like, oh, okay, this is where you would put me, this is the stage, this is who and some
Yeah.
of the ideas were awesome, some of them not so much, but I don't know, versus for me, um I loved him. I love Swiss, solid guys, incredible talents, genius. I think it's a great thing. I've enjoyed it. I've been a fan of it. I don't know if I ever see myself doing anything like that though, respectfully I say that.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Keri Hilson, I appreciate you so much. Of course, this Saturday, we're getting ready for Lust at 7. Deadly Sins story premieres, of course, April the 10th at 8 p.m. on Lifetime. This is a
Yes.
must see. Keri Hilson,
Saturday.
yes, I cannot wait for everybody to see this and for you to feel the butterflies that I felt and closing your eyes and acting crazy like I was doing. It's a whole time.
Yes. I hope you guys enjoy it. I put a lot into this project. I'm excited to view it along with you. And thank you so much for having me.